Alright guys, welcome to my channel today. Today we have a older ride that we're doing because the weather outside is not cooperating with me and letting me get out there. So it's currently 15 degrees out. It's about 10 o'clock in the morning. So I'm not going out there today. We also got a big storm coming in that's going to start this afternoon and go into Sunday. And they're talking today probably about 2 to 3 inches, and tomorrow we're looking at about 12 to 14 inches, something like that. So we've got quite a significant storm coming in, and we've already had a couple of storms. I have over a foot of snow on the ground. The snow banks are pushing 2 feet, and they're pushing out into the road. So my wife said to me today, because I was considering going out and riding, she said, "You're not going out there. It's too dangerous. You can't even see over some of these snow banks." And they're talking at the ends of driveways, at the ends of streets where they pile up. They're pretty high. So it's not a safe situation for me. So we are going to do this video ride. So this is from a year ago, and I am headed through the city, and I'm going to go over that over the river on that bridge on a rail trail. And it's a ride that we did earlier this year, and I'm trying to think what we did it on. I think I'm not sure what we did it on. I think it was on the X Peak though, but this is on the Expedition. This is the 1.0. Very good bike. I enjoy this bike, and I'm probably never going to sell this bike. That's how much I enjoy it. And I have the 2.0 coming in to me at some point, so we'll be riding that one. That one there, Lectric was going to ship me, but I asked for the long range, so they said, "Gary, can you wait, because we want our customers to get them first." I said, "Absolutely, I'll wait. I don't mind. I don't need it, because I've got the X Peak. I've still got to do the review on that, the ride on that. I might not do much of a review. I've already reviewed it once, but I definitely want to get out there and ride it. It's a step through. I've not experienced the step through yet, other than I've got about 2 miles on it that I just ran around the neighborhood and played with when I got it in. But that bike also has a wobble in the wheel, but I got a brand new wheel. Lectric sent me the wheel, the motor, the tire, everything that's ready to go on the bike. I've got to put that on. I'll probably do that today after I get done doing this video. But I wanted to definitely get something out there so that we would have something for the Saturday. Next Saturday, guys, I am taking my wife up to Maine. We're staying up there for the weekend. I owe it to her because I've been all about YouTube lately, and I need to spend some more time with my wife, so I've got to figure out how to fit that in. She's been a good sport. Been over a year now. Then to me it's YouTube, and I need to find some time for my wife too. So hopefully this year we'll get out on some rides, and she'll come and enjoy some with me, and you get to see her. You've seen her on one ride, I think, and I did put her in on the video for the chair there, the handicap chair. I forget what it was, but yeah, you saw her in that too. So she's a good sport for doing that. Anyways, like I said, we are on the 1.0 Expedition today. This is a really good bike. I like this bike a lot. I'm probably never going to part with this bike. It was one of my first bikes, my favorite bikes. And I haven't ridden it in a while, other than we did take it out this year. I forget where we took it to, but we did take it out. It's a great winter bike. It's low to the ground. But I have the X Peak. I've got to get the video done on that. I've got to get that out for a ride. I've had that thing here, I don't know, for a good month now. It came in, it had a bent wheel. I straightened it out quite a bit. Lectric really said, "Gary, let's send you another wheel. We don't want you to risk, something happening." So I haven't ridden a bike other than I put 2 miles on it after I had straightened a wheel out a little bit. But that bike's sitting down there. I don't know if I'm going to do a review on it, because I've already done a review somewhat. Maybe we'll just take it for a ride, give it a look over, whatever. Or maybe we'll take another look at it, because it's, this one is a step through. I have this step over. The step over, again, that thing will be up for sale. Anybody in my area that wants that thing, it's a great bike. I got to decide what I'm taking off that thing and what I'm leaving on it, and so on and so forth. But this new bike is white. I'm going to do a blue theme, I think, on it. I ordered some blue pedals that I'm going to put on it. The other one's got a blue theme too, so some of that might transfer to this bike. Or I'll leave it the way it is. I do have somebody interested in it already, but they also might be interested in that rip current that I got. So they don't know. The rip current's going to go for, a little bit more money, because I do have the battery setup on that. That's an expensive bike to start with. That's a great bike too, if anybody's interested in that. Anyways, what's going on the channel? Well, I'll tell you, we've got some bikes coming in. One bike I have the shipping information on. It's definitely coming. In fact, I know it will be here next Friday, of course, the day I'm taking off, so it's going to get slid in the garage and not touched until probably Sunday. But that is the Meet 1 Breeze Pro. So they have the Breeze, and then they have the Breeze Pro. This is the Pro. So it's got some things on it, hydraulic brakes. The other Breeze does not have hydraulic. It's got cable pull. So it's an upgraded trike. But I'll tell you, I'm very excited about this trike. I'm trying to get away from trikes a little bit, but they keep offering, Pucky Puppy, hey, you want a trike? Jesus, I wanted that trike, and now they're offering it to me. Of course I'm going to take it. Meet 1, I want that Meet 1, the big one there, the dual motors, the dual batteries on that thing. I definitely want that one. I have talked to them about that. They do not have it in stock. In fact, I made an offer to them. They offered me the Breeze Pro. That sells for, don't quote me, I think about $1,600. I think it's $1,599. It's definitely right there. I don't know if it's $14.99 or $15.99, something like that. But so it's right there with everybody else's trikes as far as the decent ones go. With Lectric's a little bit cheaper, but it's a 1-speed. The TK1's a little bit cheaper. The Mooncool, that's a 1-speed. But then the TK Pro's right around that $1,600 range, 17. I'm not sure where that one is either. But so they're all in the same range. So this one here, I think, may have an advantage over those as far as being able to be more stable, because to me it looks like the center of gravity's down a little bit, so it has 18-inch wheels on it instead of the 20. So you're going to drop down a little bit on that, probably about an inch on the wheels, because it's, even though it's 2 inches, it's not 2 inches, it's only a 1-inch drop on the bike. But you're going to put yourself 1 inch lower than the 20-inch ones right out of the gate. It also has the seat is pushed back, so it's kind of semi-recumbent. It's going to put you in a little bit lower position when pedaling, so to get that leg extension, you don't have to be way up on the bike because you're back. So you're still going to get that leg extension, but you can be lower to the ground. This is trike, I think, and your weight's over the rear wheels too, which I think is a big advantage. I think this thing is going to be super stable. So it'll be a good bike. I had a man reach out to me this week in an email. I have quite a few actually reaching out to me, asking me, what trikes they think they should buy. And I at this point, I'm like, hold on, let me get this thing in, because I really think it might be a really nice bike. It's a 7-speed. That beats out one more gear than the rest of them. So the Pucky Puppy does have 7 speeds on that one. The Mooncool 6, and then on the Pro, and then the Mooncool TK1 and the Lectric XP, they are single speed. But like I told this guy, he's looking for a bike for his wife, trike. I call them bikes all the time, guys, and technically the federal government says it is a bike, so I'm not wrong. I told him, you got to consider, what does your wife want? Does she want speeds? Because I know my wife doesn't want to shift gears. The single speed's great for her. I mean, she will shift gears, but given the choice, she'd rather not shift gears. She'd just, pedal away. So that is a consideration too. How complicated do you want your ride to be? So if you're just going to pedal around the neighborhood, maybe the two of you going nice and slow or whatever, and just going out, enjoying yourself, which people get out there and enjoy yourself. These things are great for, your your life, for your exercise, and I can't stress that enough. It is just so nice to get out there. But anyways, if that's all you're going to want to do, you probably don't want 7 speeds, 6 speeds, whatever it is. So keep it simple, guys. Spend a little less money if that's what you want to do, if you're just going to pedal slow. Me, you see where I go. I'm on these trails. I'm going up hills. I mean, if you got hills, you're going to want probably, some gears in it, because if you're fighting with hills, definitely if you can pedal easier up these hills and help that motor out, you're going to be able to get up pretty much any hill if you got speeds on it. So remember that if there's gears on it, you can get up hills. If you're in a flat area, keep it simple. Get the single speed, and you'll have a great time on these things. These things really aren't meant to be going that fast anyways. I know I'm trying to push them all the time, but it makes, I go out 20 miles, and I've got to get some speed on these things to not have 20 miles, being a 4-hour ride. So that's why I do it, but I'm used to it, and I don't suggest it for everybody. But anyways, so we've got that breeze coming in. That's super exciting. I did talk to them about the other one that they have, the bigger one with the dual batteries on it. And that one there, they told me it's not in stock yet, but when they get it in, they are definitely going to consider me. They wanted me to take this one first. I actually said, look, I'll wait. I'll pay the difference for the other one. And they were like, Gary, we really want you to try this trike out. And, if everything goes right, we are interested in sending you out the other one also. So hopefully everything goes right with them. I'll tell you, they asked me if I would be willing to do some videos for them as far as like maintenance, instruction videos and stuff, and how much would I charge. And I actually said, look, if we team up and it doesn't get out of hand, I would be more than willing to do this. I do it for Mooncool. Why wouldn't I do it for them? So I don't mind doing that. So I did say yes, we would. So it seems like we have a pretty good partnership already going into this. I do have shipping information on it, and I will be getting it on Friday. But Friday I will be taking off to Maine with my wife, and we're going up there for the weekend to enjoy ourselves. So hopefully I will get some sort of a video for next Saturday. It's not going to be a ride video because today's my day to ride. Tomorrow is going to be snowing all day, and maybe I'll get out there on a trike or something in a snowstorm just to have fun. Do it in the driveway or whatever. Maybe you'll see that on a short or something. I don't know. I don't know if I want to take and go out there and do that and then dry a whole bike up, because it does take me a long time to dry and clean a bike. So I don't know. We'll see what happens tomorrow, how it goes. I do have the XP that the wheel came in for it. So Lectric sent me the entire wheel assembly. I had a feeling it was the entire wheel assembly because it weighed 26 pounds, the shipping weight on it. So I got the rear wheel, the motor, and the tire. It's just ready to drop on the bike, and it's ready to go. Like I said, Lectric is a great company. I said, hey, the wheel's bent. I just want you guys to know that. It's got a wobble and a little bit of a hop to it. I was able to straighten it out. I didn't even put it on my truing machine because they said they were sending me out another wheel. They're like, Gary, don't. We'll send you a wheel. So I did straighten it out a little. I just did it on the bike with the spoke wrench. I straightened it out. I got the wobble out of it, but it's still got a little bit of a hop to it. But like I said, I got to get that video done on that bike. I don't know what I'm doing with that. I'm probably just going to do a ride and a walk around. I've already done a review on it, but I did video some of the bike as far as so I go down there. I'll do a video on show you the handlebars, I'll show you the wheels, so on and so forth, and I do a voiceover on it, and that's how I do my reviews now. It's easier for me than trying to point to things, remember things, and so on and so forth. So I got to get that done. Don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I definitely got to get out there and ride it. I've had this bike for a month now and haven't done a thing with it. And I've got more bikes in the garage too. So number one, we got that Furious bike down there, the EMX bike down there, which is, I took this thing out, again, weather is not cooperating with me. I am so excited about getting out there and riding on this bike though. It's going to be a blast. I love this bike already, and I've only put 2 miles on it. This thing is really built nice. I'm going to do probably a walk around on it this weekend, so you might see something out there on, I don't know, a short, or maybe I'll do a little bit more than that. I don't want to do a review on it yet because I haven't got it out there to ride it, but wow. I was super impressed just taking this thing out of the box and looking at it. This thing, it's quality, guys. It's, you're paying a premium price, and I don't even think they're that much money. They're definitely more money than some bikes out there, but you're getting your money's worth with this bike. And like I said, I haven't even rode it yet. I can just tell from the components on it and the way this thing's built. This thing is incredible. I took it out for a ride. This thing is downright scary. This thing is not for somebody that doesn't want to get out there and go fast. Let me tell you, this thing is a screamer. Very dangerous on that front wheel. That front wheel could come out from under you really easy if you don't know what you're doing. I'm going to be riding this thing in rear-wheel drive for a lot. It does have a thing where there's a 3-second delay, which is good, but it still can catch you off guard if you're not careful. So this is definitely a bike that you got. I mean, all these front-wheel drive bikes, for the most part, some are underpowered, and they're really, I mean, I got that hand veer. I don't consider that dangerous at all. That's a very good torquey bike. But this thing has got some power, guys. This thing, I think I took it up to like 37 miles an hour already. This thing, it flies. How fast it goes, I don't know until I get it out there on a, like I said, I'm not really concerned with that. I was looking for that torquey bike, the one that can get me up crazy hills, inclines, and I definitely think this is the one. And it's a 20-inch bike, which is going to, get me much more comfortable to the ground. And I feel like this thing fits me like a glove. So I know everybody that gets these things is super impressed with them, and I think you guys are too. So if you're thinking about one of these bikes, they're freaking awesome. You might not need these 1,000-watt motors on it. The 750s are probably adequate. As you saw from Citizen Cycles, videos, the 750 motors really lay down some rubber on that thing too. So pretty wild bike. So we've got that one to get out there and ride on. We've got the XPeak, and now we've got that new trike coming in, and they want some videos done on that, obviously. And they've got a couple in mind. They'd like to see their trike out in the snow, so I want to get that thing out on a rail trail. And with all the snow coming in, these rail trails are not going to be empty. There's going to be a lot of snowmobiles up there, so I don't know how that's going to work out, but I do have the trailer hitch on my new car now. So again, I bought that Santa Cruz, that Hyundai Santa Cruz, which is a truck car. I'm very happy with the thing, but I had the trailer hitch put on it, so I can put my bike rack on it now. So there are trails out there that they don't allow snowmobiles on. Most of them are kind of paved, that they plow. I know a couple of them that I can hit, but I can take it off into the snow, do some video on it and stuff, so they'll be happy with that. I am going to, like I said, try to get out on the rail trail if I can, but I'm not going to be out there if these snowmobiles are ripping up and down this thing at 70 miles an hour. They're not supposed to be, but they do all the time. So they do go out there with radar guns, so these guys have to watch out. You can lose your license for doing it too. So hopefully they're not doing it, but we'll see what happens if I can get out there. I can't wait till spring to get here. I'm hoping we're halfway through this month now, so we get closer and closer to spring, which is going to make me happier. But right now, I just can't seem to get out of the 20s. It seems like anytime it hits 30, I'm at work, and obviously that's not working out for me. And I can't come home because it's dark by the time I get home. So we've got to wait till spring gets here, and then my weekend rides, I can get out there if I can. So this is honestly, last year was a pretty good winter for me, and I was able to get out there quite a bit, and I was doing pretty good this year until now. And this being my second weekend not getting out there, I did that car video, which went over pretty good. I had a lot of people enjoy that, so I did go on my rant there for a little while, and some people enjoyed my rant. Maybe we'll do something else like that or whatever, or I'll do another one of these where I'm talking and so on and so forth. So, what else is going on? So, we're going to be doing some things to that X Peak. So, I don't know whether or not, like I said, I've already rode this bike. I'd like to get out there and ride it stock, but I do want to start changing this thing up. I've got tires to put on that bike. Right now it has, I believe, the Chow Yangs on it, which are growly tires. They're decent tires, but I don't like the growly part of it. So I would rather put the Allscapes on that thing that I got thanks to Lectric All-Wheel. I also have the 20-inch Allscapes for the EMX there. I'm going to run it with the CSTs that are on it right now. I like the CSTs. So I don't know which will be better. So we're probably going to hold off on that for a little bit. But, again, thank you all, Lectric All-Wheel, for sending those things out. We have, like I said, I want to put some of the stuff that's on the old X-Peak onto this one. I did buy pedals for it. We're going to put a blue theme on this bike. And the thing with the tires is I got to put that rear wheel on. I kind of want to just put the tire on it while I got it off. Any of you guys that have pulled your rear wheel off, you got to, it's between the derailleur and the wiring and everything, it's a pain in the neck. So, I mean, it's not terrible, but it is a little bit of a pain. And it's very much, the way to do it is flip the bike upside down, guys. I know I tried for years doing it, with the bike raised in the back. It's a pain in the neck. Flip it over, get some handlebar jacks and flip your bike over. Bend the screen out of the way, mirrors, whatever you got to do. Get the handlebar jacks. They work out great. I've also used small jack stands and put the handlebars up on that. If I had too much stuff so that I was endangering hitting the screen or something. So consider that too if you get smaller jack stands. So we've got that to do. I'm going to put front directionals on that the Furious bike too. It's got rear directionals on it. I've ordered front directionals. I've reached out to Lampro on that thing to find out if the second controller, because that bike has two controllers in it, it does have the plug on it down inside the bike that's not being used for the second brake light and lighting and all that. But I don't know if it's wired into the switch. So I was supposed to call him this week. And Lampro, if you're watching, sorry, I just got super busy at work. I haven't had time. I'll give you a call beginning of this coming week. And we'll find out whether or not that's wired in. And I also wanted to ask him about a second charger, because the bike only comes with one charger. It's a wicked nice charger. It's got a fan in it and stuff, and it's super solid. I mean, I was like, everything about this bike, guys, is just, it's beyond standard. The gearing on it, the derailleur on it, just everything is upgraded on this bike. It's got upgraded brakes. The build quality on this bike is incredible too. It's just, do you pay decent money for the bike? I'm not saying it's expensive, but it is, people will look at it and go, oh, I don't know, that's kind of expensive. Well, no, not for what you're getting. I think it's cheap for what you're getting. So, and that's my opinion on it. So far, I haven't got out there to ride it much other than the 2 miles I put on it, but this thing goes like a bat out of hell. And we're going to have, I'm not going to drive it like that all the time. I'm probably going to drive it 90% of the time just in rear-wheel drive only. But to have that extra in the front end there, this will allow me to go up any hill. I can't imagine there's much that's going to slow this bike down. So I was like, holy crap, when I rode this bike. It's just, I've never been on anything this fast before in a bike. Is that wired bike close? No, not even close. This thing is just fast. So what else do we have coming in? Well, we got Joel's bike at some point coming in. Can't wait for that. I haven't talked to Joel in a while. I did text him. He did try to call me. I was in the middle of driving home, and I don't like to drive and talk on the phone, even though it's hands-free. I still don't like doing it. So I did not answer his phone call, and I have not got back. Like I said, this is winter, guys. When winter, that's when everybody crashes. I'm in the auto body business, and it's been super busy. They put me on salary, so I kind of don't want to be standing around. So I'm constantly on the move, and I don't have any time, and I'm at work. And, sometimes I used to try to get out of there early, and, they didn't pay me by the hour. So if I left early, it was no big deal to them. Now I stay the full day, because, again, they're paying me salary, so I got to be there. But I can't wait for spring to get here and be able to have the ability to go out for a ride when I get home. So a lot more can happen once this weather warms up. And unlike this ride that we're on now, that we got snow, and that's nothing compared to what I got on the ground out there now. I got a foot of snow out there, and with possibly close to 2 feet coming. We're going to have an awful lot of snow out there. It's going to be a while before I get out there. And it's also going to make these rail trails and stuff really, once it starts melting, and they're going to be really soupy and wet for a while. That reservoir definitely going to need all this, snow melt, though, to start filling that thing up. So I'm saying, that could be a while. Even road rides. I don't want to trash my bikes. And with this snow melting, say we get a nice 40-degree day and I go out for a ride, there's going to be puddles all over the place. So it's going to limit what I'm going to take out there for bikes, because I don't want to. There's some bikes that I don't mind getting dirty and sandy and stuff, and there's other bikes that I don't really want to, put them through. And this Furious bike that I got is one of them. This is a special bike for me. And I don't want to get it all dirty right away. We are going to, take it on the rail trails, and I'm going to put this thing through some test. And we've also got that mid-drive bike that I bought last year, that mountain bike style. I want to get that thing out there and ride it this year. That was the Cyber bike. We also got another mid-drive bike coming in. I don't have shipping on it. I have a shipping promise date from the company. So I'm hoping, this is going to happen. I've been communicating with them quite a bit. They keep, the latest thing they asked me to do, they wanted me to do a video for social media. So I have the bike coming in. It's the Hay bike, and it's the Alpha. It's a brand new bike. It's not even out yet. That is a mid-drive bike. I reached out to them a while ago. I asked them about getting this bike. It's a 26-inch bike, but it has I'll throw a picture of it up here. The bike has a very low seat. I mean, if you look at where that tube is compared to the rack, a very shorter person can get on this 26-inch bike and ride it comfortably. This is something that my wife wants to be able to do. She wants to be able to sit on that seat and have her feet flat on the ground. It's not the correct way to ride. I've told her that. She doesn't care. She wants this, and I would rather have her comfortable on the bike and ride it wrong than have her uncomfortable and ride it right. So if this makes her comfortable with the seat on the ground, or with her feet on the ground, then that's what I'm going to do for her. So I reached out to them when I saw this bike, and I said, hey, I'm a reviewer, and I wouldn't mind getting a hold of this bike. And they said, Gary, we know your channel. We've been looking at it, and we've been considering sending you a bike. So yes, we would definitely send you this bike. It's not out yet. So about a month went by, and they got in touch with me, and they said, Gary, we're going to be releasing this bike. Is this something that you could do for March for us? And I said, absolutely. So they have a step over, they have a step through. I asked them for the step through, so I believe that bike is white also. Again, it's something I'm probably going to put my wife on. I want to get out there and ride it too, don't get me wrong. It's a mid-drive, so that's going to be a little iffy for her. but she'll get used to it. She knows how to shift gears and stuff, but on a mid-drive bike, you've got to shift and you've got to use those gears. So, and you can't leave it in seventh, come to a stop and try to take off in seventh. So you've really got to think ahead. It's like driving a standard. You don't drive a standard, you don't stop a standard in fourth gear and try to take off. You're going to stall the motor on it. So on this bike, you would do the same thing. You might get it going, but that bike is not going to like taking off in, seventh gear. So definitely something, though, that I'm looking for a bike that I could get my wife out on the rail trail, do, that reservoir trail that I take to go around the reservoir there. It's, once we get there and everything, but that little jaunt that I go through from the rail trail to the reservoir trail, I go through a piece there that's pretty rough and rugged. I mean, it's not terrible, but it's not designed to really have bikes going up and down it, especially, a bike that my wife is riding. So she needs something with a little bit more oomph to it, and hopefully this bike is it. These mid-drives are really torquey bikes anyway, so I'm hoping that this is the answer. If not, I don't know. I'm going to keep looking at bikes because I do want her out there on the rail trails with me more, and she's getting less shy from the camera, and maybe we can get her to do some things with me too, which would be nice for me and give me some more content, and maybe some more ladies would be watching me. I have like 3% of my subscribers are women, so I got to get some women on the channel, and maybe having my wife on here once in a while will interest them into watching. It's I look at my analytics, and I have mostly over 65 age people watching me, and then the second largest group is over 55. So I do these trikes and stuff. Probably that's why I have a lot of people, older people watching because of that. And, I'm older too, so they can associate me and themselves on these bikes. So, which, anything to get people out there riding is something that I want to do. I highly encourage, people to get out and ride. If you guys are watching me, I know most of you guys do ride, but if you're, watching me and you're going, oh, I would like to get a bike, just get one. Get it over with, buy one, buy an entry-level one. There's quite a few of them out there. I mean, I know they're not giving these things away. That Ingwe that I have is a really good starter bike, and I think you can get that thing for $5.99 with my discount or whatever, and that would give you a 750 motor. It's got cable pull brakes on it, but I wouldn't complain about them. They're not bad at all. 7-speed on that bike. It's a great little bike, great little starter bike, and it folds. You can throw it in your car. Pain in the ass, so guys, folding bikes are not the way to go. If you think you're going to fold these things up and throw them in your car when you're 67 years old, yeah, you do that a couple times and you go, yeah, not that much fun. So get a rack for the back of your car and make it easier on yourself. Like I said, I've got I've got a couple of racks now, but that one that I have, I forget what the brand is. I have the video out there. It used to be the Young Lectric or something like that rack, but now it's a different name on it, and I forget what it is, but I do have a video. If anybody wants to know, I'll ask me in the comments and I'll let you know what it is. It's a great rack though, holds a ton. It's 100 pounds per tray, but it'll hold over that. I sat on a thing with 2 heavy bikes on it, and it's not a problem. Great rack. Anyways, what else is going on? So that's probably about it for bikes coming in. I do have another bike coming in eventually from Hanveer. It's an all-wheel drive bike. I keep checking stock on that thing because as soon as I see it's in stock, I'm going to go, hey, send me the bike, remember? But it's not in stock yet. So, but I do have that one coming in. I constantly have bike manufacturers reaching out to me. Lately, I've been saying no to more bikes than I've been taking in. I will not take a bike in if I don't think it's a good value or it's going to fit the people that are watching me. I was just offered a bike that was a 14-inch bike. I told them, it's not the right fit for my channel, and I don't want to take it in. And they said, "Oh, you're not looking at it the right way. It's a very small folding bike, and it fits in your car, and blah blah blah." And I'm like, "No, I'm not taking it in." And I have had other ones. You look at the bike and you go, that's not bad. And then you look at the price, and I'm like, no, that bike's not worth it. I'm not having a bike that I think is worth $7.99 on my channel that they're asking $14.99. I'm not going to stand there and tell you guys this is a great bike for the money. No, I'm not doing it. I'd rather not take the bike in. As far as I look at it, it's not fair to the company, and it's not fair for me to sit there and do a review on it. And I would rather pre-review the bike before I get it, so that I don't have to say I wouldn't buy this bike for the money. So I'd rather do that. I think it's beneficial to my channel to pre-review the bikes before I accept them, so that I'm not saying things like that, because after a while, the bike manufacturer is going to go, "Oh, that guy's too honest, and he, tells everybody the way it is." So I'd rather continue being honest, but be selective of the bikes I'm taking in, so that I don't have to make those calls. And I'll try to let you know what I don't like about the bikes. I think I've always done that. So anyways, we're still riding down the road here, and I've actually, one video stopped. This is going into the other video, so it's I used to split the videos up. So this is an older video. It was part 1 and part 2. So I'm trying to stitch them together here, do the ride, give you the talk. And, this time, this is probably not going to be a lot of editing for me, because I'm just talking. When I'm on the bike, I can't continue to talk like this, because I've got to, all of a sudden there's a car coming out of a road, and my brain shuts down for a minute and concentrates on the car. And so I have gaps. So that's why I do a lot of editing in my thing. Plus, the sniffs. You're out in the cold and you're sniffing all the time. Anybody that's riding in the cold knows you're constantly out there sniffing. So no one wants to hear me sucking snot. So I try to edit all that out. And gross, I know. But, I spend a lot of time editing for sure. I've got to try to streamline things. I'm constantly doing that to try to make things move along. I know a lot of guys out there don't do a lot of editing. I do. And I don't know, is it making my channel better? I don't know. But it's just the way I want to do it. I've been told plenty of times, you're wasting your time. Just turn on the camera, let it run, and put it out there. I mean, I look at my analytics. Even this one here, the average watch time probably will be about 6 minutes on this. And you got to figure, though, I'm getting, if you look at my videos, after 2 weeks, they're over 1,500 views on these things. So the average person, might click on it, watch it for 5 minutes, shut it off, whatever. I know there's some of you guys that watch the entire thing, and I appreciate that. I put a lot of work into these things, and if you're still watching at this point, you're one of those people. So I totally appreciate you guys for tuning in and watching the whole thing. And I try to put out good content as best I can. And really, guys, if you guys are still watching at this point and there's something that you'd like me to do different or whatever, let me know. Not going to hurt my feelings. It's just going to educate me on what I'm doing wrong or what I'm doing right or whatever. So don't ever be afraid to ask or tell me, that's crap or whatever. Just, I tell you the truth, you tell me the truth. So this, I'm debating on where to cut this video off at this point. So I'm probably going to be wrapping this thing up. Like I said, I am going away next week. I will try to put something out. I am going to be videoing all day tomorrow in the garage. As to what I'm doing, I don't know. But I'm going to try to get some content. I do have some video already done of the X Peak. So again, I may do a little something on that. Maybe I'll start changing over the parts on it. As much as I want to get out there and ride it stock, I've already ridden it stock for the most part down in, Arizona. I know how it is. So maybe, I know Lance, he was like, why am I going to do a review? I've already done a review on this bike. So he just started changing the parts on his. So I can tell you that, it is a mountain bike. So it's designed as a mountain bike. I don't necessarily want to ride it like a mountain bike. I don't want to be leaning forward. It hurts my back, and then it hurts my neck. Anybody that gets neck pain when you're riding your bike, you get home and you're like, oh man, my neck is killing me. It's because you're leaning over and you're looking up. So consider that when you're riding your bike. If you can bring the handlebars up and back to you, you won't have that neck pain, because that's where you're getting it from, is that leaning of the neck for so long. It's just not a natural thing. My head is facing forward on my body. So if you're bent like that for a long period of time, I'm out there for an hour to 2 hours. So that's quite a bit on your neck. Like I said, these X Peaks are built like a mountain bike, and you end up leaning forward. I don't like that, so I'm gonna definitely change the handlebars over. I don't know if I'm gonna use the handlebars off the other bike. I would be buying the exact same handlebars, so I don't know if I should just kind of put this bike back to somewhat stock and then move it on. I'm definitely leaning towards step-throughs from here on out. I don't want getting too old to go over the bars. That wired bike was a definite lesson to me. That is a big bike, guys. If you're ever considering buying a wired bike, just know that it's a big bike. You might want to look at the e-cells, where they've got 24-inch, and they've got different size frames on those bikes too that you can get. So you can probably tailor it to your size a little bit better. An e-cells bike is something that I'm definitely it's in my crosshairs. I want to get one of those at 1.2. So, and it's probably going to be their step-through model. Again, I don't want to be climbing over the thing, but they do make a 24 out there that it looks pretty good. So, I was watching one guy ride out there with a 24-inch, and I'm like, wow, that's probably the size I need. Again, 24-inch bike is just a little bit smaller. It's only going to get you an inch closer to the ground. But again, e-cells does have different size frames. So depending on the frame that's on that thing, you can tailor it to your body a little bit more. So I saw e-cells just came out with a bike that will do 50-something miles an hour. Not for me, guys. You won't catch me on a bike doing 50-something miles an hour. So I think, you get into the 43.5 range and I'm done, and I wouldn't even want to drive it at that speed for too long. I just want the ability to have that power to get myself out of trouble if I need it, but doing 50 miles an hour on a bike, not for me, guys. I'll get a motorcycle at that point. I've had plenty of motorcycles in my life, and I go with electric motorcycle. I really like those. There's one out there that I like, but they just don't have the customer service yet. Once, I don't know, Honda or somebody starts making these things, then I might consider one down the road. I don't know. I'm getting older. I sold my motorcycles for a reason. It's very dangerous being out there on the road nowadays. Too many people texting and not paying attention. With the introduction of cell phones, driving is a scary thing. Too many people texting and not paying attention to the road. So, I know my car now has the ability to stop if there's something in front of it, but would it detect a bike? I don't know. Hopefully it would, but I don't know. And I don't want to find out, that's for sure. All right, guys, I think I'm going to wrap this video up. We're a good 40 plus minutes into this thing, so we will do something next week. I cannot promise what it will be, but I will try to get something out there for next Saturday. Guys, thanks for coming along today. If you're still watching, I appreciate it a lot. And you guys have a great week at work or whatever you're doing. If you're on vacation or if you're retired, Enjoy yourself, guys. Get out there and ride. Wear your helmet, and we'll see you next week. See you guys. All right, guys, I want to thank you for watching my video today. And if you are interested in buying a bike or something, please check with my affiliate links. That helps the channel out greatly. Again, guys, hit that like and subscribe on the way out. And thank you very much for watching. You guys are awesome. Thank you.